Yeah. So you gave me paperwork, and at the time you gave me paperwork, I had a whole lot of paperwork to do.
Yeah.
And like the way my head works, it's not like, oh, take care of this one easy thing that's going to take like 2 seconds. It's like it's first in, first out. And so when you're like, oh, hey, everyone can do this. It takes 10 seconds. I'm like, it doesn't matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom of the stack.
I get it. Well,
Yeah.
now I know. I'm at the bottom of your stack.
Well, and according to, what is it, the progressive stack?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. White cis male.
Yeah.
You go last.
I get it. I get it. So that's exactly correct, honestly. That's very much in the spirit of the show and what we're doing here. Marcus, as you know, I've reached out in the spirit of building leftist unity, strength, and power. I thank you for being willing to share your story with us, and I'm hoping that you got some good life tips and tricks and maybe some good suggestions for us. But definitely looking to have some fun and chatting as always. We got an hour to chat until my next interview. Got a hard stop right before the hour there. And how about we get to it, huh? You want to do it?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. So Marcus, where are they now? What are you up to these days? What where can people find you? What do you do?
So I stream from Left Flank Veterans. We are a co-op for disabled veterans that are anti-war, anti-capitalist. I say we're like left flank because we kind of all have, I guess, varying degrees of leftist ideology, but we're all in the neighborhood, So this is, I got like, honestly, too, is like why I like the show, the idea, what, you and Kenzo, kind of like your spirit of like, is this building the left? Is because, we got to realize, when it comes to everyone left of people who are like seriously progressive, like that's the crew. We're all heading to the same neighborhood. It's just once we get to the neighborhood, oh, hey, anarchist, this is your house. And socialist, this is your house. Communist, but we're riding to the same cul-de-sac. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gotta really like kind of come together. And what was the question?
Oh, that was sort of it. Yeah, like what you do, where people can find you.
So Left Flank Vets. This is we're all different leftists, but we come together just because it started to do like anti-recruiting with the military, but also we're all of us have been and currently are in varying degrees engaged in electoral politics, and not just like I was a staffer for a member of Congress in my previous life. Dick has got some very in-depth knowledge on the nonprofit industrial complex in DC. Erica, as far as just like getting out there, organizing protests, and especially not organizing protests, organizing street medics and being a part of that. Lorax, who's done campaign organizing, labor organizing. We bring all of that to try and just talk about news, politics, and our ideology, right? It's not just enough to say, hey, whatever these people are saying is wrong. We need to also, hey, this is what society could be like, and here's how we get there.
A little bit of anti-capitalism, propaganda, anti-imperialism propaganda, and then you throw in the way forward, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, mostly we're shit posting online. We're having a good time.
Hey, yeah, you are. And if you're not having fun online, that's a red flag. I just want to give folks a heads up. It's sort of easy to like get to a place where you're not having fun. And if you're not having fun, baby, you're doing it wrong. I don't know. I've just been on the internet a long time, and I just got to share that with folks. Just want to shoehorn that in there. But this isn't about me. I'm not sure why the fuck I'm giving my advice right now. What the hell is wrong with me? This is about you. This is about you. So, Marcus, we have some time right now to talk about like what's grinding your gears. What else is on your mind? Current events, topical, what's in the news, anything.
I say what's grinding my gears, and not to say something that's making me upset, but it's something that I've been putting a lot of my thought into the past like week or so. Um, has has been a way to actually um, link organizations that are in the goal of leftism, and so basically, and doing so under the the very real fact that we don't have time to wait for the eventuality of a revolution. You know what I'm saying? As described by some of the people that leftist theory people will read and shit like that. But yeah, with climate change, like we're already like 20 years late to the game, you know, and so that's kind of like I was thinking is like I'm just literally just like grinding my gears. It was like, how do you start connecting these different factions and wings? Because because obviously too, because climate change is a racism issue. It's a women's rights issue, like it is a military industrial complex issue. There's a whole lot of things, it is a labor, when you're talking about how do we solve these things with these grand fucking structure building and stuff like that, labor and all those other things come into play. So yeah, I can see it in my head as a umbrella, with each different panels being the different communities that need to come together. But at the point of that umbrella, it's got that point, that is the, I guess that's got to be the point focusing on capitalism and, fixing the climate crisis. Because if we like those, because like now it's those two things are the existential crisis. Mm-hmm. And like police violence, racism, pay gaps, these problems can exist in perpetuity, right? They can exist forever. What cannot exist forever is our ability to live on this planet doing the things that we're doing, So like at these, like now we are, we're at this intersection. That's really been grinding my gears. That's, yeah.
So you're looking at things like the climate crisis, the ticking clock on that, and you're looking at sort of the fractured nature of the left. If I can put words in your mouth, let me know if I've gone too far. But and maybe you're saying we don't have the fucking time nor the luxury to be fighting these fights with bad faith actors or whatnot. We need to focus on getting the group together under a tent pole. At least the central pillar being anti-capitalism. And then, of course, many other pillars.
Yeah. Because right. Because like you got, most people understand, the battle against capital. Mm-hmm. I don't think we, and there's a lot of organizations that in the end they're fighting against that. Like even like you got like super just liberal organizations, like the Sierra Club, who mission statement is to, help the environment. They still mostly just, donate to the structures that are creating this mess. But at the end of the day, like that's that, like they, like their mission is also the same mission as Black Lives Matter, is the same mission as Sunrise Movement, is the same mission as the any trans or LGBTQ plus, like any of those issues, women's rights issues, like it all, like labor issues, it all fucking comes together when you say, in order to literally like pursue our fucking existence, like, we need to kind of now solve these problems all at once, because we're not going to be able to generate enough physical change without everybody on board that we need on board, right? And you can't do that without solving some of these, systemic, bigotry issues, but like, how do we got to lock them together? Because I really, like, and I think back to, people like Fred Hampton, right? When they're building a coalition, he didn't merge groups. He didn't say everyone needed to be together. He just like, we need to be connected. We need to make sure that we're working together, we're organizing together, and we're moving in the same direction, right? We're going to the same cul-de-sac. Yeah. Yeah. The big questions, man. Big stuff.
I'm muted, and I'm so sick of being muted. Dude, I got this real problem. I got a real problem where
That's
I
my
can't.
problem.
I'm
If
having
there's
one of these days, dude.
if there's anyone that watches me on stream, that's you're pulling a Marcus. I'm sorry I did that to you.
You did give me a funny bit though to get out of it. You say like, oh no, that was for me. That wasn't for you. Love it. I love it. I just live on a busy street and I'm trying to like record and do everything at once. Oh my gosh, it's so stressful over here. Streaming's so hard, right? Streaming's hard.
Can I one?
Yeah.
I should have mentioned this earlier on the
Please.
first thing, but we just started selling merch.
Yeah. Pre-sale, right? You got the silkies you were talking about before on my channel.
Okay, so
I want the silkies
in your chat. I apologize.
Okay, give me the link.
I threw it in the chat.
I try to pull it up, but this button doesn't want to work. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. It's working. All right, let's see here. Yeah. Okay.
But
so you talked about the silkies. I'm definitely going to get a koozie or two. I'm actually a koozie collector. That's my problem. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what are these silkies, and why do they seem to me that they'd be very revealing?
Well, it's I
think that's part of the charm. I get it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, just being comfortable in your body.
Yes.
And these are for silkies are for everyone.
Yes.
Whatever size, that's the thing is like size them like underwear.
Okay.
Like. Because you're like, oh, hey, I wear large underwear, but like I'm buying some basketball shorts, I buy extra large. Don't do that.
Okay.
Large, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But this is the only thing for military culture that we actually want to bring to not just like the left, but civilians in general. Like these things are great. They feel fantastic on your naughty bits, and yeah, so when we were like, okay, we're doing merch, it was like, we have to get silkies. Like, no doubt. I'm going to fight people until we get some silkies. And here we are. They look great.
I'm definitely getting a pair. Going to get a pair of those. Going to get the koozie as well. Definitely want a koozie. I'm a big fan of a koozie. You already had some made up, it looked like.
Yeah, Lorik said... and actually, I think mine's upstairs. He had made some special editions, in which we'd sent to a lot of some of the friends of the show who had been on and helped support us. Like, this was weird. It's like when we started out, Ken Klippenstein was willing to come on when like 30 people are watching us, and we don't have we can't even get subs or any, like we're not a Twitch affiliated or nothing, So wow. Like the people who were, like we all got a koozie, and then like we sent a few out to, some of the people who are really like there either in front or behind the scenes. Another dude, Joe Glenton, he's in UK. He's a anti-war vet that he's working on his second book, I think, right now. And like So, but now it's for everyone. We're doing pre-sales. Which is through this like union shop in Pennsylvania, which is like really fucking dope. And I think, if you order today, like 4 or 5 weeks, you could expect to get it in, which is faster than Bernie stuff. So we're good.
Oh my God, my Bernie stuff. The day after he announced he was dropping out, dude. I got my Bernie sign in like a t-shirt, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? I've been waiting for 2 months.
Yeah.
Fucking Bernie, man. Hate that guy.
Man, he's such a loser, dude. Fuck.
Oh, man. All he does is loses. Okay. Hilarious. Okay. Union made. Oh, I love that. I definitely got to talk to you about that, maybe more behind the scenes. I'd love to be able to do something like that. Okay. So we still got a lot to talk about, though, Marcus. Let's chat then. Unless you had anything else to add, any other current projects. It seems like we've talked a little bit about everything. You could feel free to go into more depth about any of those.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, hit on the merch stuff. I think we actually, we had chatted a little bit about it, because and I know there's a lot of streamers that will use, like just use the Twitch stuff or use some, like there's some, which I think, I don't know if I was talking with you or somebody else, but there is, like you can do union stuff, like this isn't like the only way. Like there are union shops that provide the Twitch stuff that I think you can actually, the choose and stuff like that. So we're not like, this isn't, but kind of like we do like recognize like we're trying to just separate from Bezos bucks as much as possible.
Okay.
And so, yeah, and like this shop, like, and it takes like, hey, we like just getting a lot of money to be able to slap it down and say, hey, this is what we want to do, who we want to work with. And, which, yeah, like we'd be happy to talk with anybody, about making a switch over too, because at the end of the day too, it's like working with this shop, there's people who like can talk with us about, what we want to make, like they know printing, right? So you could have an idea, but it's just like, nah, man, it's not going to work. It's going to suck, And so like, yeah, I just encourage other streamers, this is not a like, you did a bad, it's like, there's always room to improve or, make sure our deals are aligned with like everything we do. And like, yeah, it's just a dope union shop. So it's like, why not if you can,
Fascinating. All right. Looking forward to seeing more wonderful content from the Left Flank Vet. I'm a supporter on your Patreon.
Oh, thank you.
You don't have to thank me, but y'all do really.
Actually, I gotta apologize. We've been fucking off on putting stuff on Patreon. So, like, sorry to all the patrons. We talked about it, and we're like, we need to like definitely have a concerted effort to make sure we're doing this Patreon stuff. So, thank you for supporting. We apologize for not being as Patreon focused as we should be.
I speak for all of your patrons, and we are not mad. Your chat with Mike Preisner was the thing that was like, okay, I definitely need to be supporting this. Holy smokes! And of course, I'm subby, but like, yeah, you mentioned how you wanted to sort of like give Jeff Bezos less of your money. You just sort of want to give a real short nutshell version of why that's the case. Of course, I think we understand what's going on with Amazon and specifically, the richest of the rich amongst us having gotten trillions or whatever more rich during the pandemic, while people are, out of their jobs. They don't have health insurance. They're dropping by the hundreds of thousands because of a virus. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe I just said it, but what else led to that decision?
Well, honestly, I mean, at first we had assumed incorrectly that through Twitch, like we were just like, oh, they're probably gonna use some sweatshop bullshit, but which is incorrect. Some local industry stuff like that, some places you could choose. So it's like, oh, okay, well there. But that was our initial thing, was just like we assumed incorrectly. But also too, like all the things that you listed, like having a billionaire is a just huge monumental failure on society. And a little bit it's like kind of just like trying to live the values, but not in like some like, I'm not gonna use plastic straws anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking yeah, how can we try and just move in the right way, just trying to like, how do we live in a world that we want to be in while we're still in the shit one? And that's just fine. Like this shop is 100% union. Everybody that works in the shop is part of the union. The boss is cool with it, and I think we're trying to get them on the show to just talk about how they're unionized and everything went. How are things after. So yeah, it was kind of like that thing. We're just like, how do we just be true? How do we just try and be true to what it is? And because Jeff Bezos fucking sucks. That's why we started the Patreon, and just so like if you don't want to give us Bezos bucks, here's but want to support the stream, here's a different way. Which also we still got to make some other adjustments, but like we'd probably make like $1 tier on the Patreon, just so if some people had reached out and say like I can't do this much, but if it was lower, so yeah, I guess it's just like just trying to help people, was really just the goal, literally down to the people who are making the t-shirts.
Okay, well, I think that's going to bring us next to our leftward bound discussion where, Marcus, I'm going to ask you to talk a little bit about your pathway to leftism. You don't have to define your ideology or politics. You are encouraged to do so. And how about we just go ahead and start there?
So yeah, I'm a socialist, and
Okay.
Comrade Gomer, he's like, no, you're a communist. For me, I don't care. I don't care. I just want to get to the neighborhood with my friends. I just want to get to the cul-de-sac with my friends. Like, so that's where I'm at. I'm a socialist, and through discussion with me, you find actually you're ideologically aligned with the communist definition. Great. Like, that's literally not going to change any of my decisions, as I go forward. So, I guess that's how you die. But leftist, whatever the fuck, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it sort of doesn't. We still got to take it day by day, decision by decision, policy by policy. And and we're all going left. So, there might be a time down the road when we depart, but effectively we're heading left.
Yeah. And that's where too is like this is distinctly different than liberal, because we are living in the liberal utopia right now. The liberal utopia has built-in suffering, all of that shit. So like to say, hey, we want to cut that off as far as when it comes to housing, food, healthcare, as far as the decision makings of the manufacturing base, like these are things that liberals don't agree with. And to which that's why I say, hey, all of the people that are going to this neighborhood, like, let's get together and make sure we get there.
Oh, okay. So I'm worried people, you say liberal utopia and you've maybe lost a couple people maybe who unfamiliar with the way you're using that language. Do you mind just...
So people, it's like when I use the word utopia, people would say, "Oh, well, this isn't a utopia. This isn't good."
Right. It's
but like,
terrible.
This is the liberal utopia. The liberal utopia has built-in destruction, has built-in racism and misogyny and xenophobia and all of the things, right? Imperialism, the fucking military industrial complex. Like, this is what a liberal can see and say, this is as good as society's going to get. Because there's just reasons for people to be poor. But if they can do these little mean test, these things to check the boxes, oh, you were poor because of this specific reason, we might give you some help. It's not about taking care of poor people. It's about gatekeeping. It's about all those fucking things. And that's what I mean by liberal utopia. This shit's built in. You're not going to get any better.
All right. Well, what about the folks who identify as liberal and they say, hold on, Marcus, this isn't failures of capitalism. We could fix it just like they fixed it in maybe other countries, the Nordic countries or something like that, or maybe they go, it's the white supremacists and the Republicans that are ruining it. It's not the Democrats. It's not the Democrats' fault. Like, it's not the liberal. What do you mean?
At that point, it's like it's a misunderstanding of like governments in one sense of saying like the Nordic countries, like because. Yeah, the Nordic countries are still propped up by imperialism, just like most, and yeah, at the end of the day, in these countries, capital is just a little bit nicer, but for those countries' those governments' abilities to still deal with other imperialist countries, to still engage in these businesses that are exploitative across the country or across the world, like there, like that's part of it too. You know, there's
Mhm.
like there's a whole lot of still suffering and stuff like that with outside of these countries that those countries are okay with, that are like, hey, literally not in my backyard.
NIMBYs.
Like that's, yes, that's what that is.
Um, okay. There's so much that I want to dig into there, but I'd love to continue digging into my next to our current question about your leftward bound
Like, yeah,
journey. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Like, how did I get to this point? I guess is
Yeah, like what helped convince you along the way? What pushed your heart? Excuse me. What pulled your heart and your
cool.
mind
Yeah.
away?
So I mean, being a black dude in America, it's like you're likely Democrat-ish, you know, whatever the fuck. Um, I remember being like, you know, young dude when Obama won, and
Mm.
being, you know, like, oh yeah, black motherfucker, like we good now, we good, and it's
We
like, no,
did it.
we did it, we won. Um, but when I was in the Marine Corps for 6 years, and it was after my second deployment, and I think like my whole time I served was under Obama, 2010 and 2016. After my second deployment, I started, yeah, like asking myself, was like, why am I here? What are we fucking doing? What are we doing? And that's, I mean, yeah, just asking, why are we here? What are we doing? Um, you start getting correct answers, right? Oh, well, we lied to get in Iraq, and there's oil, fucking poppy fields, and all this fucking bullshit, you know, like poppy fields in Afghanistan, you know, you get into the military industrial complex, writings like War is a Racket, Chesty Puller, who was the most decorated Marine general at the time. Yeah, I would just start asking myself, like, why am I exposed to danger? Why are, you know, the people around me had to be exposed to danger? Then it was like, holy fuck, why are they tricking poor kids into being gangsters for capitalism? Um, but you know, I don't know. It wasn't like a day, like overnight. Like I think at first too, it was like coming out of the military, I started working with the grassroots organization Vets for Bernie. Um, and yeah, you know, like through organizing and through just learning more, you know, um, I've gotten to the point, yeah, where like what's grinding my gears is the fracturing of the left and
Mm.
the inability of it to respond to the existential crisis that is climate change. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how. Yeah, yeah.
awesome. No, I think a lot of people are going to identify with that. They're going to be like, "Yep, that's what's pulling me left right now." Thank you for sharing your leftward bound journey, Marcus. Next up is hashtag be best. If you had a chance to, I don't know, perhaps go back in time or and teach a younger version of yourself, you know, some short life shortcuts in one way or another. They can be, you know, explicitly political or not. Or what might you share with someone, or of course just someone watching or in the chat?
Yeah, this is gonna be probably sound bad.
Hmm.
It's extremely selfish. I would so in one of my deployments, we stopped in Vietnam for a few days. Like it was on a Navy ship. Um, and if I could choose back what time, I would go back to me in Vietnam, and I would say stay. Like don't leave here. Just like escape and stay here. Not, yeah.
Escape. Escape.
Yeah. I would have
Yeah.
I would have deserted the military. I told myself to desert the military and stay in Vietnam. That's what I like. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
how we usually get, but like that's completely selfish. But it's like, listen, man, you're gonna save yourself a whole lot of trauma. Just fucking, just fucking stay here. Yeah.
That doesn't sound selfish to me. Yeah. Well, there you go, kids.
I don't know. That's it's like
Stay in
I
Vietnam.
just feel like, oh, what I told myself, oh, just keep your head up.
Yeah.
And fucking.
Yo, they teach their kids like Marxism in schools in Vietnam. It's like a based place.
Yeah.
It's relatively based. It's awesome. It's awesome as fuck, dude. Okay. Hey, let's move along then. We got plenty of time to keep chatting. The next category, it's the last. It's the questionnaire, the Leftist Inquisition, Marcus.
Uh-oh.
All right, Marcus. Do you have a favorite word? What's your favorite word?
Fuck.
Fuck. Yeah. It's a good one. Do you have a least favorite word, Marcus? No.
Nope.
No. That's fine. Pass. Do you have a favorite drug or vice or guilty pleasure? You can name one of each if you like.
The show Hoarders.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't like that I like it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's like trauma porn, you know?
Oh, yeah. That does make it feel bad, I guess.
Yeah. But it's like you said, it's a guilty pleasure.
I did. That's what I said.
But like, yeah, you know, I watched to see, like, I don't know, just like I just watched to be disgusted or some shit, you know, like, I don't know. Like,
I think we do. Well, I think it's very much reality TV, you know. You sort of watch it to just be disgusted by these people. Just, I don't know, feel better about yourself. I'm not really sure what it is. It's sort of a train wreck kind of thing.
It is.
When it's good, it's entertaining, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good to be doing this to people. They should just be helping them. But like fuck.
This is what we do to each other. For
literally. Yeah.
Fuck us. And fuck us for liking it.
I know I'm guilty.
You're guilty. Sorry, I spoke over you there. Okay, noises. A sound or noise that you love.
Winston purr.
Winston, your kitten.
Yeah.
Little sweet boy.
Winston being a real fucking asshole the past few days. He's like going through.
He's going through it.
Well, he's about like 9 months old now.
Oh, he's still little. He's like not even full grown.
Yeah. And so like, I don't know, like every once in a while he just like goes through some changes, and now he's going through his asshole phase. Like, can't stop knocking shit down. Like, I wake up and he's just like staring at me like, I'm like, what, motherfucker?
And yet we love him.
I love that little fucker.
Yeah.
I love that little piece of shit. God damn it.
They're great, dude. They're so sweet and good. Do you have a sound or noise that you intensely dislike or even hate?
I actually want to go back. My second other favorite sound is the, you know, like the DJ, you know, that I love that. I love that shit. But something I don't like to. Fuck you. When people say that to me, it hurts. I don't.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I don't like to hear that.
I think that's.
Hey, I'm not going to say it though.
You can if you want.
I don't want to. Do you want me to say it?
I bet you won't.
I don't want to.
Hey, back down. No, I'm just fucking. No, you gotta say it. It's fine.
But do you want me to say it? I don't want to say it. Only if you want me to say it.
It's you don't have to. I'll give you a reason, you know, and then you can say it.
No,
like, I'm not saying,
let's not get there.
Like if I give you a reason, then you can say it. That's what I should have said.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. My gosh. Let's talk about reincarnation. If you came back as like a plant or a non-human animal, what would it be?
I said this yesterday, and I guess now I have to. A duck.
A duck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Duck.
A duck.
Like a regular fucking duck. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a normal ass like brown fucking duck.
Right.
You know? I'm like the one like you don't even want to take a picture. It's just a duck.
You just want to blend in and just live an
be a
animal
duck.
life.
Chill. Fucking drink some fucking water and some bread. You know? That's it.
I'm not sure
Simple.
if bread's good for the ducks. Have we done the science on the bread and the duck's
I
bread?
mean, whatever ducks
connection?
eat. That's what I want to eat when I'm in duck mode.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
They're good little swimmers too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next
I'm on top, chaos underneath.
Ooh, I love it. Chaos underneath. Exactly right. It's a good analogy.
So the Silkies. Oh fuck, we need that to be Silkies.
Put it in the Silky description.
On top, chaos underneath.
Put a little duck on there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. The next is the God question. If at the end of your life you find out heaven and God actually exist, what would you like to hear them say when you arrive at your version, whatever your version of the pearly gates is, at the end of your life? Yeah.
And like we're talking about the concept of God, like the motherfucker can create everything and has all the power. Like I don't want to hear this motherfucker say a damn thing. I don't want to hear this dude say anything. Fuck, I lived and then died. You said enough. Thanks.
There it is.
Fuck you, God. Like, I don't know. This question seems weird to me.
It's weird. Yeah,
because it's like, what would you say to George Bush? What would you say to Dick Cheney?
Yeah.
You know, what would you say to Obama? These powerful ass people have ability to change, and then you get like one day, like walk up, like I don't want to hear shit I don't want to hear shit from you. Sorry, that got weird.
No, it's not weird.
What do people usually answer?
Everyone it's different. A lot of people are like, I don't give a fuck. Some people are like, hey, head inside. The party's right on in there. Everyone's different.
I don't know. Bloods are to the left.
I don't give a shit. I'm going to talk to him.
Cocaine is on the right. I don't know, man.
Yeah. One of my favorite answers. That'll do, pig. I like the simplicity there. Yeah. Okay. There's no wrong answer. Except somehow you figured out how to give me some wrong answers. That's incredible. All right. No. Marcus,
I don't like the premise of the question.
Hypothetically. Marcus, name please an influential leftist, be them dead or alive, that you would love to be able to meet and talk to and shoot the shit.
God damn. I think it would be Patrice Lumumba, who was the first elected president of Congo, and he was murdered. He was assassinated by the Dutch, the Belgian king. This dude. He had 6 months before they killed him. He had 6 months. Yeah. And I would like to speak with him because at the end of the day, you know, it's easy for us to look at the situation and say white people did bad and the black people were just trying to fight. But a lot of his just political enemies within Congo, you know, kind of handed him over, and you know, then ended up subjecting the country to like 40 years of this brutal military dictatorship. So, yeah, you know, when I talk about like factions on the left, like the factions of the left and stuff like that, you know, it's like this type of shit that I think about. You know, like how do you actually keep people in locked step in solidarity with each other all the way across the finish line, you know? Because yeah, some of these people were just butthurt that Lumumba won the presidency instead of someone else, you know? And so, yeah, they thought they made it across the finish line, but, you know, wasn't the case.
Lumumba, thank you for introducing me to Patrice Lumumba. What would you think they would think about you, what you've shared with me today, or about the world?
Oh, fuck.
What's your favorite word?
Man, I don't know. I have no idea. I guess that's something that like I kind of do on my own. You know, I just like wonder, it was like just kind of constant like self critique, you know, of like, what the fuck am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What makes sense? Man, now I really wish I could sit down with this fool because I'm legit interested. I don't know, man.
Think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you come up with something, we could talk about it next time. It's fine. We could pass for now, but yeah. I mean, it's just I like the idea of like being able to talk with these people. What would they think about me? What would they think about the world?
I guess too is like part of me didn't really think like actually engage in like the thought experiment of like having the conversation, you know, because a lot of it is just like me wanting to hear the things he says or me imagining him just describing these experiences that I know of through his personal lens. But no, yeah, man, that's something to think about of like, what would they say back to you about what you're doing? What would their commentary be on how you're living? I guess I would hope, right? This is a good question about what would you hope they say? Fuck sure. God. What I hope he would say is that, you know, I'd hope he'd say I've been able to pick up some of the mistakes from the past and try and improve on them, you know, at least with what I do, what I say. That's what I'd hope.
Okay, so then we have got a couple more questions here then. Next question is the next question is, what would you ask him? Did you put that in there? Was I sort of forgetting what you would ask?
Oh no, yeah. What would I ask? Man.
It's sort of a redundant question.
Well, it's just like how, you know, how? Like the dude was just able to, and like that seems like there's just many others, you know, like, but we're just focused on Lumumba. Yeah, how do you get people to organize on the big picture? How do you get people to actually galvanize around the hard, far solution, and not just like the close little thing? That I'm just so I'm very interested in how he would answer that. How do we, you know, because that's the thing that I think like that's the question I'm trying to answer. You know, even through this podcast and, you know, the show that you're trying to answer. How do we actually start linking chains together? Because that's all right now. We just got a bunch of links. You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit but throw those things, break a few windows, burn down a fucking PD, maybe throw a link, get some fucking people some food or housing for a few months. But we got to start linking these things together.
Amen. Our last question is about streamer advice. Streamer advice. What would you give? What streamer advice would you give? Have you ever heard of this? I don't know. I came across this thing someone made, a little light that flashes when you're muted. so so you like know when you're muted. I desperately want something like that.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of this, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so tired of messing up.
Dude, that's a good one. Man, streamer advice. I would say just do you. You know what I'm saying? I get wrapped up in a lot of the like. Am I like the content I consume? You know, like that question, and it was like I'm not the content that I consume. You know, and like and always remember, it's like that's one thing. Like for me, it was like, oh hey, you get partnered and you start like thinking about fucking content. You know, like am I providing good content? You know, but it's like that I try and fight constantly to even to think in that type of way. It's just hey, what am I best able to provide people? With my experiences, with the knowledge that I've been able to gain in my life, and just do that. And if people dig it, fucking awesome. And if it's not for you, like fucking awesome. Yeah, as long as you are found something that you do like. Yeah, I'd say for streamers, do you right? Just do that. Mm-hmm. Do what you want to do, and understand that, like. There's other people who are into that shit too. Yeah, I'd say, and also too, it sucks, but don't feel bad about streaming the same time as other streamers that and you like and all that shit, right? Like, that's good. That's no big deal.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen a lot.
It's gonna happen. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to suck it to.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Little duet action. Okay, so we do have time left. And if you'd like to ask me any questions, this is time for your questions and also questions from chat. I just encourage you, just ignore questions you don't want to answer.
All right. I want to ask you, because you seem like you've had some change of mind, or not maybe change of mind, or some evolution, on a certain thing. So I'm going to talk about like the streamer, right? The debate bro guy.
Oh.
I want you to know, like, yeah, I'm curious because, like, this is something that's like I don't engage with the debate bro stuff just because, like, I think it's worthless. There's a lot of people who are like, no one should talk about it, deal with it, whatever. I want to know what you think. What do you think about debate bro? Like, what debate bro stuff?
All right. I've not met anyone. Okay, let me put it this way. In the circles that I've been putting myself in since sort of becoming a baby leftist and trying to surround myself by people who have, important voices, who have been a leftist for a while, etc. I just don't find a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, I was really convinced by this debate, by any debate. I don't see the value of it very much, and I very much see the value in what we're doing and what this becomes. This is like chapter 1 of our chat, in terms of like, this is your introduction to my chat. And then of course we'll be able to put this up on YouTube, and then we'll be able to have you back on and really start the conversation. This is just the sort of like we're planting the seed, dude. I'm really taking a long-term look at this. You don't build leftist unity, strength, and power fucking overnight. And especially you don't do it when all these links are just laying around totally untidy. So I believe we need more shows like this. I believe I hope people steal this format and make it their own. Steal it directly. You can steal it word for word. I don't give a shit. This evolved, Marcus, as you know, from sort of like our sort of idea, the revolving door that rotates. And this is just me doing it. And I want others to do it. This is what I think helps. I don't think the debate bro culture helps like nearly, maybe a couple people are pulled left, etc. It seems to do more damage than it resolves,
You know,
and it seems
yeah.
to only line the pockets of the people who are directly engaged in that debate bro culture. I
When
think I find it to be quite toxic and unhelpful, and it doesn't seem to build leftist unity, strength, and power. I'm willing to be shown that that's not the case, and that they're actually doing more good than harm. But it doesn't seem to be the case.
I wonder if because this is how like I think of it as entertainment,
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot of entertainment that
yeah.
has all types of vitriol, toxic masculinity, turf bullshit, all of those things.
Mhm.
But the debate bro shit has been somehow categorized into left discourse and theory and all, and it's
Hmm.
like no, it's entertainment,
Yeah.
and our entertainment here is shit. Um, so yeah, and this is where
Yeah.
it's like, man, I don't necessarily see. There's like the I don't know, culture danger aspect to it. Where like you like people, yeah, are just feeding into normalizing certain fucking uh beliefs that are just like incorrect. But so does Dukes of Hazards. So does um fuck Saved by the Bell. Like all of these things, and like yeah, it's just kind of like shit entertainment. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
And I'll just sort of shoehorn in there as well. Yeah, I literally have my bot in my chat right now saying debate. This channel's not for debate. It's not. This is for understanding. And I try to emphasize that there's often a difference. And for me, I just don't learn from debate. So I think that by emphasizing that, by sort of enforcing that, I also, I pull the people that are like me, and those people hang out with me in the chat, and it just makes more sense that way. So. And
Which
yeah,
there's actually, yeah, I'll say there's like, I should have said this is my guilty pleasure. There's a streamer that I watch that does like the commentary on the debate, but
yeah,
I like watching that person talk about them,
yeah.
and so it's like but like that's what I'm saying. Like this is just entertainment. This is
I
not,
see that. Yeah.
this is not like a real serious organizing thing. And I say that too is like I think some people attack it. Some people go after it
Okay.
as something that it's not. And I'm not saying it's not harmful, but um, this is not like serious discourse, right?
It appears to me to be so. It doesn't seem to be changing the discourse at all. They're just sort of like leaning into certain things and entertaining people. What's happening? Why is
Oh, I'm a debate financier. That's hilarious. Yeah. Hey, guilty pleasure. I'll announce my own faults. Right? You start at home when you start fixing shit.
is
And I
Matt
don't know
Neese?
if like I listen to KF Logan, Kentucky Fried Logan. His name's Kevin actually, but
Okay.
um, no UK
Yeah.
dude. That yeah.
What? I missed that.
And then someone asked like what we think if we should be allied with China or with Russia. I don't know earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think that. Oh, man, yeah, that's a tough one too. Because at first it's like I think that Americans should try to focus on the things that they most directly can fix, and that is everything that has to do within your country and nothing to do with any other country, right? China, Russia, any of that shit. We should focus on home.
Focus on home.
Because some of this shit too is like you don't know, like, and then like yeah. That's where too is like there people left got caught up in this whole like, are you denying that this is happening? You know, blah blah blah, all this shit like that. But like that's the thing is like, fuck it all. If you actually, like, because what's the answer to the whole left coming together, get marching in the streets, and for our government to do something about Uyghur Muslims in China? What's the government's answer going to be? And if you know the answer to that, we should. And I'm not saying it's like you don't deny anything, like, but at the end of the day, like we got a whole lot of fixing to do, and sometimes bringing up other countries' problems, specifically certain countries, are just utilized to make sure that we can do a war, and that's where it's like we need to focus on the stuff that we can fix. Dan, do you want to give a quick diatribe on your beliefs in foreign policy?
My beliefs in foreign policy are evolving and not worth sharing in a space with someone as yourself.
Oh.
No, I know how to shut the fuck up is the idea. I strongly believe that should be a skill. And I know I just flipped the screen on folks, so don't panic on me. I did that in the break there.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, though, it's like you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to be a master in foreign policy to know, like, just to know the American government will use whatever they can to get into a war. And if they can't find something, they'll lie about it. Ask the president.
Marcus, I got to cut it right there.
All right.
We're going to have you back on soon. We'll be able to take some of these topics and dig more deeply and keep spreading the word.
I love a difficult truth.
Yes. Marcus, we've invited you in the spirit of building leftist unity, strength, and power. In the same spirit, you've been a wonderful guest. Lots of really great things to share with me and the viewers here. Dude, I love your face, and I cannot wait to talk to you soon. Love you, comrade.
Same. Love you too, bro. Great job. And buy the silkies.
I'm getting those silkies. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. You want me to click out? I'll click out.
No problem. Peace now.
Later.
All right. Stop recording. Hey, YouTube. You're watching a clip from my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/iDanSimpson, where you can follow for free and subscribe for only $5 a month. Thanks for watching.